Thank you. I'd like to welcome everybody this evening. We have a couple of public comment period. First, Max Byram. Hi, Max.
Hello. We are planning on another drive-in concert at the end of the month, August 29th. Same day as Brooks' thing. I think it'll be really cool day out at the lake. Really no changes. We were able to get some sponsors this time around. So we've got a little bit better sound equipment. It's the same person who did the 4th of July, so it's not anything, insane. Shouldn't be much louder in the area. But I felt like the last one went off without a hitch. We had a great turnout, made some money for the Arts Council. I talked to a few of the neighbors around there, Sankey's and the lady that works at the post office, and they had no complaints. And Sean Wangren, he told me they didn't have any problems. So I feel like it was a success, and we just want to do it again. And
he's given me his event application and things like that.
Okay.
So
What hours is it, Max?
it'll be from 7 to 10.
7 to 10, like last time? Okay. And then you told me you might have a few, like vendor people, if
We'll have
they
to talk
want
to
to.
the health department and work.
Okay.
It's whatever we can do.
Okay.
I would like Road Gardens, for instance, they gave us a pretty good chunk of change. So they talked about maybe setting up like a watermelon stand, something like that. I don't think we'll probably bring a food truck out or anything like that. And if we did, I know they'd have to just get a permit or something.
Permit.
And again, the health department would have to sign off on it. But yeah.
Well, the permits are within the city limits, so that would have to come from as landowners, just from the council.
Emergency management has a deal, Dr. Freeze does. If you're having a group of over 100 people gathered, you have to go through him and that committee in order to get approval.
Okay.
Has that, and that's what I think you're referring to, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to, make sure we touch base on that so we'd be ready, okay? So basically, you're just asking for permission to do it out there and hold the event?
Because it's on the city
property.
Yeah, and use the power as well, like last time.
Okay.
And that was great. Everything works out there good. We didn't have any issues with electricity, and so.
And then as far as porta potties, do you take care of that, or?
So part of the health department was they didn't want us. There's no real way to use bathrooms, so. There's that one over by the boat ramp, and so, I made an announcement about that for emergencies, but, I think the trees got a little water. But we're keeping it short, this isn't an all-day event.
Sure.
So hopefully people.
I didn't notice anything, we were out there and I didn't notice anything at all.
Yeah.
It was really a good
Yeah,
event.
Victor did a walkthrough and, had a little bit of a presence, and I think that's great. But I thought everybody was really well behaved, and, my only slight concern last time was that maybe if minors showed up, I might have to deal with them if they were drinking, but there was nothing like that, so, yeah, I think it was a really good thing, and we hope to continue doing this throughout the fall, just because it's about the only thing we can do with this kind of stuff, and, so.
And as you know, the best way for these things, if you police it yourself, if you guys just stay on top of it, then there'll be no problems.
Yeah, I don't expect anything. Again, we're just 7 to 10. We're not going late at night. We're not even setting up a beer garden or anything. There's not a huge push towards that sort of culture. So I feel like it's just a fun, family-friendly event that everybody can enjoy.
Little kids were having a good time. It was a nice event. Do I hear a motion to allow the drive-in concert out at the lake?
Was that the 29th?
The 29th of August from 7 to 10.
So I'd make a motion that the Arts Council put on their drive-in concert on August 29th from 7 to 10. Same stipulations as the previous event.
Okay.
I second it.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded to allow the drive-in concert August 29th, 7 to 10 out at the lake, on the lake grounds, city lake grounds. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Max.
Okay, Aaron, it's your turn.
Good evening.
I just come before the council again to ask to see if they'd be willing to waive our permit fees for our construction project at the elementary school for the secure entrance. We finally were able to secure that. I believe BHS is our contractor, and they should have hopefully permits turned in or are in the process of doing that.
And they're in the process.
Yeah. And so I was going to ask to see if the council would be willing to waive the permit fees again for
Okay.
that project.
Do you hear any conversation on that?
Do we know the amounts?
Not yet, because we don't have all of them yet, so.
Okay. Do I hear anything else? Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay. We moved and seconded to waive the permit fees for the elementary school for the add-on. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
You too. Okay, at this time, while we are going to change things around a little bit, I would like to do an appointment of our new city council member for Ward 3, and that would be for Jason Booker. Jason. And I would appreciate a vote for this, to appoint this. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Okay, Sharon. Second?
Second.
Okay. Been moved and seconded. Do I hear any conversation? Okay, all those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. And welcome, Jason. At this time, we will have you
Just have to oath of office.
sworn in.
You want to jump up there and,
I don't jump.
well, hobble, walk. Raise your right hand for me if you would, please. And just repeat after me. I, Jason Booker,
I, Jason Booker,
do solemnly, sincerely,
do solemnly, sincerely,
and truly declare and affirm
do truly declare and affirm
I will support the Constitution of the United States
I will support the Constitution of the United States
I will support, and the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
and the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
and faithfully discharge the duties of council member
and faithfully discharge the duties of council member
for the city of Council Grove campus.
for the city of Council Grove, Kansas.
Awesome. Welcome.
Thank you.
And this is Jason's wife, Colleen, for all of you who have not met Colleen. And Marcus, would you like to get a picture later, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Just maybe tomorrow or something, or whenever. Jason, you can sit up here now.
Okay.
It's all,
Official.
you're official, and you are now eligible to vote and communicate. You can stay, Colleen. You don't have to leave if you don't want to.
Go work in my class.
That's okay, I don't blame you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Okay, at this point, we're going to do the consent agenda. We'll let him get settled in a little bit first. Okay. The consent agenda will include the minutes from the previous meeting, the appropriations, and lake cabin transfers, I-14. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Okay, Keith? Second? Okay. Mark? Any conversation? Discussion? Okay. It's been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda from last time. The minutes from the previous meeting, the appropriations and the lake cabin transfers. Jason, you might want to abstain on this, and since you weren't here at the last meeting. All those in favor? Opposed? Abstain? Got one abstention. Okay. Okay, motion carries. Thank you. Going on to old business, KDOT, Highway 177 chip and seal.
All right. So on July 31st, which was last Friday at 10 o'clock, I was on a conference call with BG Consultants, Brady Hestrom, and then APAC out of Emporia to open the bid. We want to receive one bid for the chip and seal. The other two companies, Schulen and they didn't place a bid on it. So The engineer's estimated cost was $452,000, $52,600. That was the estimated engineer's estimate. The bid that we received was $436,714.30. So the city's portion of that would be $136,714.
Cities would be 132.
136,
Oh, 6, okay.
714.30. And in addition to that, you have the engineering and inspection fee on top of that. I talked to Brady about it, he said it'll be around 40,000, I asked him to do not exceed. So it's 32,200 to not exceed that amount.
Okay.
So that's kind of where we're at with it.
And we absorb all that, that's not part of the
That's
state.
not part of it, nope. So you're talking,
168, $914.30.
yeah, 168, you're at 168,914.30.
Okay, I know I read it earlier. So we would be talking about the 400 plus thousand that you talked about. That does not include the 32 too, right?
That is not included that amount.
Okay.
No, that is in addition to that, because KDOT does not pay that.
Okay.
And KDOT requires you to have an engineering inspection on the project while they're doing the project.
So it's 300,000 the max that they'll pay.
And that's the reason we had to split it up between the two projects, is because if we would have done the whole thing, it would have cost over $300,000 on our cost.
Right.
This way, we're at 160.
So next year we can do another one, they'll kick in 300,000
Yes,
for
and that's
the
what
next
we're gonna do.
project.
Yep, and I talked to Brady about that. We can take care of that for us.
Very smart, very good thinking.
So and this will take care of 177 from the dike out there by the ball field, to the stoplight, go to the right across the bridge through downtown, to where you can't back to 177 or Wilshire Street and the areas all the way out through San Francisco. And all the bad spots that we have, and they take those, cut those out and re-asphalt those before they overlay it.
Excellent.
So a speed limit to speed limit, yeah. Or
City limit.
City limits, thank you.
Yeah, city limit, city limit.
Yeah, sorry.
177.
Yeah.
So my recommendation is to take the money out of the special highway fund, which has $228,926 in it. That'd be around 97,000 in there, and then the 32,200 I would take out of infrastructure.
$32,200 out of infrastructure, okay.
Yep. And that'd be about, that's like $50,000 in infrastructure for the rest of the year.
Okay.
So the non-part of this estimate, the engineering part, which is the guttering and
Yep, that's
the
for-
ramps and stuff like that, are we gonna apply for a separate grant for that, or we just?
Well, with that, they recommend that you do that stuff when you do these projects, because $46,000 is actually probably pretty cheap to do that. But they'll redo the whole intersection down there where it jogs around the corner there by Farmers and Growers Bank and make it all wheelchair accessible, ADA compliant and all those things.
But that's not included in this number,
No,
is
that's
it?
a cost that we eat, that we
So-
do, but when we started this, I asked Jeff Blosser about it, and he said that's actually not a bad price to do that project.
So where are we gonna, what fund are you suggesting we take that out of?
Well, that's all part of this bid, that 400 and whatever it is, that's part of this. That 46, I understand that's just non-contributing money.
Oh, well,
Does that make sense?
yeah, it's not clear in this graph. It says non-part total.
No, that's part of the 436,000, is that 46?
Okay, good.
Yes,
Okay.
it's all part of that.
All right, good.
That's part of the 136 that we're paying,
Okay.
so.
It just says non-part, so I just thought it wasn't part of
Yeah,
it.
non-part, non-participating. It doesn't participate in KDOT funds.
Gotcha. Okay, good.
That's where I would take it out of special highway for the 136,714.30, and then the 32,200 out of infrastructure.
Okay. So basically for the newspaper, we're getting a,
For 100 and,
yeah, we're getting a $468,914 project done for 169,000.
Yep.
Okay. Any more conversation, discussion on this? Now, I've been asked this, I want to make sure I understand it and that we all understand it. The intersections where the handicap going down, will they now match what's down there like
They're gonna
by
match, yeah, they're supposed to match what Christy Davis did across the.
Christie Cobble?
All four corners will
All
be.
four corners, yeah. versus
Okay,
like that.
okay. I was asked that and I was pretty
When we
sure.
drove around, when Jeff was on council, we drove around, I think Keith, you may have.
Yeah, so much of it.
Because you're on that committee, and we drove around, we stopped and looked at everything, that's one of the things we said we wanted, was it all to match.
Now, will that be all the way down as time goes on?
It just, it only takes that intersection into account.
Okay.
That's where it jogs off, and that's what we included in it.
So where the Madonna,
Originally, we had it when we were gonna do the whole project, all the intersections downtown, we're gonna get that, but obviously with the cost of it, we couldn't absorb.
so like where Madonna is and that, we won't have that. It'll be a little bit different then?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Just so I can make it clear to people, so.
So, yep.
Okay. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Okay. Do I hear a second?
I'll second the motion.
Okay. It's been moved and with the monies coming as Nick has recommended. Okay. It's been moved and seconded to approve the KDOT Highway 177 chip and seal bid from
APAC.
APAC. Okay. With this, in the amount of $436,714.30, plus the engineering fees, with the money coming from Special Highway Fund and infrastructure, 32 of that coming from infrastructure. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Or 6-0.
Everybody's looking
I counted 1, 2, 3. I would see 3 people on this side. Duh.
I had my head down too, I was like,
We're all looking.
Jason, your first vote is on $300,000 project, $400,000 project. Fun times. Okay. It's a good project. It's good. I'm glad we're getting it done. Okay, next, the CARES Grant Committee appointment update. I have a committee, and at this time I would like to appoint, and I didn't write these down, I'm sorry, Dave Kirk, Carolyn Culp, Diane Wolf, Valerie Ewing, I went to school with Valerie Ewing. Yeah, Valerie Woodall, sorry. Write this down. And Nick Jones and myself. We tried to keep it down. We have, as you all probably know, we received the $132,000 CARES grant. I commend Nick on that. He did a lot of work on that. I'm glad to see that we received it. We asked for up to $300,000 was as high as we could go. We asked for that. We got $132,000, which is about the highest that any city got. So I feel really happy that we got that. We are working with another city, the city of Abilene, who has.
They were in the first round.
Yeah, they were in the first round, and they've already done all the footwork for us. Well, not for us, but for them. And so we're going to follow their example. I think as much as we can to get this out to the people as soon as we can. So we will be meeting. So I would appreciate a motion to approve that appointment.
So moved.
Okay.
I second it.
Okay. We moved and seconded to accept the appointment of the CARES Grant Committee. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 6-0. Thank you.
Just a little update for you guys, not to update on there. I've turned in all the contracts and all the banking information. They're processing it, after mailing the originals, but they're gonna process it. And then we have 1 year from the date, so I think we were awarded on July 23rd. So we have till July 23rd of next year to use the money. So we have a year to use the money.
It's our goal, though, to get it out
It's
to
our
our
goal to
people
get it out, but
within the next month or so, if we can.
But we have a year to use it, and if we don't use it, we have to give it back.
Sure. There are certain, things, criteria that they will have to meet, so. But it's primarily for, what Nick and I applied for is primarily for rents, utilities, insurance, expenses during COVID, and,
Employees, low to moderate income, they have to.
Yeah, they have to
They
have a-
fill out a questionnaire, prove if they're low to moderate income, and things like that, before they can apply.
Is it just for businesses or for individuals too?
Just business.
just businesses.
Okay,
It-
just need to make sure we get that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then nonprofits don't qualify.
Right.
So nonprofits don't qualify.
It does apply to home businesses, though, like daycares and things like that. So, if you've got a daycare, whatever.
Good deal, thank you guys for doing that.
Yes.
It was an interesting situation. We're glad we got through it. By the way, Dave Baker helped us with that, so. Police committee recommendation.
All right, so the police committee met yesterday afternoon at 2 o'clock to interview Hunter Berger. He's from Mankato. He works for the sheriff's department up there. He's a young guy. I think what do you say? He's 24, 25 years old. He is state certified, so he's been to the academy and all those things, which those guys are hard to find. And we all thought he did a really good job. Sean thinks he's somebody that, since he's young and, not been in the business, that he'd be able to mold him and help him grow and become a really good police officer. So.
Is he already relocated here or is
He needs a month. We're gonna give him a month. He said he needs a month in order to tie up loose ends down there and get down here, so. You need this on page 45, Mayor. Page 45, get one.
Okay, for appointment of him. I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. On page 45, and then we get the top there.
I just got out of a housing minute a few minutes ago, or housing meeting. My mind's still wrapped all around that, so sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Okay, so at this time, I would like to appoint Hunter Berger as a Class B officer at the pay rate of $16.50 per hour with a 6-month probation period. Then he will be eligible to be promoted to a Class A officer. This employment is contingent on passing a background check, physical and drug and alcohol screening. And I appreciate a motion to approve that appointment.
So moved.
Okay, Keith. Here, a second.
I second it.
Sharon. Okay, it's been moved and seconded to appoint Hunter Berger as a Class B officer. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 6-0. Thank you. Streets and Parks, UTV. Nick.
So this kind of sprung up. I let the 2 committee members and the mayor know about it yesterday. About 3 weeks ago, Jeff Barlow came to me asking about the possibility of doing a side-by-side or UTV for the street and parks department. Right now, what they currently have is a 3-wheel Cushman from the early 90s that doesn't really cap the time. And part of the reason I'm concerned about it is that we have employees bringing their personal side-by-sides in to do city work because they need a side-by-side. And they can't always get the one from the rec department because Justin's using it. Brad Martin is selling his. He moved to town and he no longer says he needs it. I've looked, I did a bunch of research on trying to buy a new one or find a used one, and what I've come to find is that you can't buy new ones because there's none in stock. There's a lot of them come from China, and there's not a lot of shipments coming from China from COVID, and all the used ones are sold and people are using them. So this one's actually a really good deal. I actually talked to Mark about it. He works for Can Equip. They do Kubota and several other ones, and Mark agreed that it's a pretty good price for what you're getting. So. But I want to check with him, make sure he didn't have something in stock over there that may fit what we're doing. So,
Can you tell us what the crew would use this for so that the citizens of Councilbrook know?
right, so like spraying downtown, right now the way we spray, I think you guys have seen it because I know people complain about it, is you have Jeff Barlow's truck, you have somebody driving, you have somebody sitting in a chair in the back spraying the curbs and stuff like that. So you have 2 guys. Between the 2 of them, you're probably paying them $40 an hour to go around town and spray. If you got a UTV, it's a 1-guy job and you get it all done. The other thing is we use that Cushman, we use it a bunch down the Riverwalk for picking up trash and doing things like that because we can't drive trucks down there on the sidewalks. And then snow removal is a big thing. It has a snow plow on it that, and Keith can speak to this because Keith has the same plow on his over there, but it's areas like the library here at City Hall, downtown sidewalks, things like that. It'd be very helpful to have something like that. I know Jeff has expressed in the past that it's pretty hard to get that F-350 turned around, you know, in the
Yeah.
snow. So, but it would definitely get utilized.
Yeah, it's a fairly new one too, so.
Right. But I feel good about buying it because I know Brad Mark takes care of his stuff.
Is it still under warranty, do you know?
It is under warranty. I think it has a 3-year warranty on it, so this could be the last year of the warranty. So, but it has 180 hours on it now. He drove to work today so I could get pictures of it. So there's pictures of it, the plow and everything there. I'm kind of give you guys, well, so I looked at prices. If you get one comparable, you're talking between 13 and 15,000. And then we have another, you know, $35,000 to $4,000 in the snow plow. We bought that with it, so.
That's good.
You have one, don't you? Jason, pass out from you? I thought you had one of those.
What's the street committee's recommendation?
I think it's, I mean, based on the research and everything, I think it's, the need is there. I think it's an opportunity to get a machine that everybody would be comfortable with, and based on the,
After receiving the background information on this, after talking with Nick and the information he provided to us for the council tonight, I think it would be an opportunity also for the city. As I said, I've found the same thing. There's none available to speak of at all, and they have no waiting time. And
I
the
did the
price
same last night. Yeah,
The price is good on it.
is good,
Yeah.
yes.
and I felt better after Mark, checking with Mark, because Mark does this for his business, and I did the same thing last night. They're scarce, so.
I would agree, Brad probably has taken very good care of it,
It's in good
so,
shape. I looked
yeah,
at it and drove it and
yeah.
so.
Typically, what you find with used is it's for sale for a reason. You know, they weren't taken care of, or they've got a lot of hours on them, rusted out, things like that. This is in excellent condition, and it's a good deal.
He wanted 15, I got him down to 14.5 on it, so he said he'd sell for 14.5.
And that your warranty is nice too,
Yeah,
to have that.
One good thing with it
That
is if something
includes
does
the plow
happen.
also.
Yeah.
Yeah, the good thing is if something does happen, we can get parts. The old Cushman we got, it's hit or miss if you're gonna get parts for it. You know, things probably not even worth $500. I mean, it doesn't.
Put that up for bids?
Yeah, maybe seal bids on that, and then we have a 4-wheeler, I think you probably remember it, was the old 4-wheeler the water plant had, that had a bunch of issues with electrical and
Yeah,
motor issues and stuff like that, and the street department inherits that stuff sometimes, and they've been trying to get it going too. I'd like to get rid of both of them.
sounds like a plan.
Nick, did he tell you where he bought it, what dealership?
I think it's Salina.
So that would be who we would contact for warranty work.
Yeah, he's got all the paperwork and stuff, he showed me the paperwork and stuff like that for it, so he has the manuals, all the paperwork and everything for it.
Sometimes those have a title that goes with them.
This one does not have a title.
Doesn't need a title?
It just has a VIN.
Okay, good.
Has the VIN, I have the VIN number, so it has a VIN with it.
Okay.
Do I hear any?
And we'll have to abide by the same laws.
Yep,
As
it'll
everybody
have a
else.
sign on it, it'll have a sticker on it, all those things.
Won't be able to be on Main Street or,
Well, I mean, it's gonna be on Main Street because we're gonna be spraying down there. Because that's how we spray the sidewalks and all that stuff down there.
There's a little difference between doing work and driving through.
Sure.
so.
You know, they do that early in the morning before anybody gets downtown.
I'm just telling you, there'll be some people that throw that in our
Right,
face.
well, I get that. We've already been doing that though. We've been
Yeah.
driving downtown with the side-by-side or the 4-wheeler to spray since I've been here and before I got here, so.
Maybe we could hand them a sprayer.
Yeah. Well, you know,
I understand.
I think
No,
it's.
I get your
Yeah.
point though.
No, I think it's a good thing. I think this council has continued to make improvements getting better equipment for our staff and our people, and I think this is a move in the right direction. I think you guys did a good job with this.
Okay, do I hear a motion?
I'd move that.
Okay. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to purchase UTV from Brad Martin in the amount of 14, with a snowplow too, in the price of 14,500.
It'll come out, and it'll come out of equipment reserve.
Oh, yes, equipment reserve. All those in favor? Opposed? Okay, motion carries 6-0. I'm sorry, who seconded for that?
Burner. Mark Burner, seconded it.
I didn't write it down right away. Okay. All right, on to governing body comments. Let's start with Steve Iverson.
I wanted to inform the council that I have submitted my letter of resignation to the mayor. I'm very thankful to have this opportunity to serve as the assistant city attorney and as the city attorney. I've enjoyed working on behalf of the council for the past 18 months. I took on this endeavor to simplify the transition for Randy and to further carry the torch. At this time, I have an office in Council Grove and Wamego. These obligations in private practice consume quite a bit of my time and resources. I want what is best for the community of Council Grove, and the community needs an attorney who is able to devote a large percentage to the city needs. I've enjoyed working with individual council members, and I appreciate the council members' contribution to the city. I wish more of the members in the city knew the different things that you guys do. I think they just see this as you go to your meetings and that's it. They're not seeing the after hours, behind closed doors, conversations, just for example, the UTV or all the different other committees that you serve on. Especially most of you have full-time jobs in other businesses. So for Mark Burner, I appreciate your ability to listen, digest, and to make very thorough decisions. It always appears that you're quick to listen and slow to act, and so I do appreciate that. With Keith Wessel, I appreciate Keith as a business owner and his insight that he brings to the city and willingness for it to grow. Mark Brooks and Sharon Hahn, I really appreciate your historical knowledge and your willingness to protect the historical aspects of the city of Council Grove. Larry, I appreciate Larry's willingness to for one, after retiring, to go ahead and want to get right back into that. And I appreciate his in-depth knowledge of the code book and the infrastructure. I think he's going to be a vital asset in the future. Mayor Debbie, I really appreciate your open door policy and eagerness to work with all on every side of an issue. So I know of many members of the community that came to me and they feel very comfortable when they speak to you. You listen and they appreciate that. For Nick Jones, I appreciate Nick's willingness to update, not only just to update and just his progressive outlook on the many departments and buildings, and to focus on the overall well-being of city employees. At this time, Judge Bill Halverson is going to take over my duties as city attorney and city prosecutor. I will strive to make this transition as smooth as possible, as I want what is best for the city. In the future, I would love to be considered again for the position. Morris County is my home, and I've enjoyed this opportunity to work on behalf of Council Grove.
Thank you very much. We
Thank you,
appreciate
Steve.
that. We appreciate your work. And should you ever need anything, let us know.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for everything.
And so your resignation's accepted. Okay, let's moving on. Nick?
You want to appoint Bill?
I will when it comes to, oh, do you want me to do it now? I'll do it.
Yeah, it'll be easier, so.
Okay, I don't think I have anything else, so I'll just do this and then we'll, okay. So at this time, I'd like to appoint Bill Halverson to interim city attorney at a pay rate of $2,600 per month. Per month, yes. All those, oh no, I don't ask that. I ask for approval of the appointment, I'm sorry.
What was that number again?
2,600, 2,600.
That's what Steve's currently making. And Mr. Allison, he's the attorney for Chase County.
Do I hear a motion from anyone?
So moved.
Okay, sure. Second?
Second.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded to approve the appointment of Bill Halverson to interim city attorney at a pay rate of $2,600 per month. All those in favor? Okay, opposed? Okay, motion carries 6-0. I do have one more thing. I said I only had one thing, but I do have one more thing, and that is that I have been working with a group on housing in our community, so I would like for all of you, if you have any thoughts on housing, to get with me and visit with me or send me an email, just if you have any thoughts, you know, of what we need, what we can do, the different things, what type of housing you think we might need. There's a HAT project, which is a housing assessment tool that is being taken care of. And we are finding need, as you all know, houses are selling pretty quickly around town. And so we are kind of, you know, for growth purposes, you know, I've had several businesses telling me that they're, you know, needing housing. People are not, they want to move here, they're commuting, you know, they're hiring people that are commuting, and we'd love to have them live with us here in our community. So if you have any ideas and thoughts, let me know, okay? Okay, next, Keith, you can be next.
I don't have anything this evening. Thank you.
Okay, Mark Berner?
I don't have anything. Welcome, Jason.
Thank you.
Good luck to you, Steve.
Okay, Jason?
I don't have anything yet.
Well, welcome to you. We appreciate you being willing to work with it. Mark?
I just wanted to, I've been noticing, you know, we have this grass ordinance, excess grass out in the streets, and I've seen you know, I understand a little bit grass gets out there, but I'm seeing some excess amounts of grass being blown out into our gutters. And the whole purpose of that ordinance was to help prevent our storm drains from getting plugged up. My question is, are we writing up any violations on this?
So what James is doing, the first time somebody does it, he gives them a warning. And then he's gonna start writing them up.
Has he given any warnings?
Yes, I actually called him, I drove around town, seen a couple of them. One was right across the street, and then there was
There's
another.
one down on Mission Street that just
I've seen
is
it too.
horrible.
So, they can give them a warning to not do it. And give them an opportunity to clean it up and before we break violations. So, but no, I've been on him about it, so.
And, you know, that's, you know, we have hundreds of ordinances. And this next one I voted against because I didn't feel like there would ever be any way to, or it would be enforced. How many warnings or tickets have we written on cell phone use in town?
I can't say that, I don't know off the top of my head, Mark.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any come across. So.
Yeah. So my point is, why did the council approve an ordinance that we're not enforcing?
One of the things, I don't think we ever have done any signage at the entrances to,
Well, that was talked about too.
I
yeah,
think
about, you know,
originally
hands-free.
The phone thing came about because we were pulled out from a car got hit. And they said that he was on his phone. That's how this came about. Right, wrong, or indifferent. I know there was some opposition to the ordinance. It's hard to, we kind of adopted what Manhattan's doing with theirs, and it's kind of a, I don't know how to explain it. At the officer's discretion, I guess,
Yeah.
is the way to put it.
Well, the argument that they're not seeing it doesn't fly with me, because I've seen 2 or 3 today.
Yeah.
I've seen 2 or 3 yesterday, and I'm sure everybody else sees it. So my point is, if we're gonna push forward these ordinances, we need to enforce them, or let's quit doing it,
I don't disagree with you. I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't, I'll be honest, that was not one of the ones I didn't think was, I think it would be hard to police, and I think it's hard to, when you go to court, to prove it.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway.
Hard to enforce.
I just wanna get that out there.
It might be something that, when school starts, we might ask them to be sure and tell kids, because kids seem to be the ones on their phones, younger kids, although I see it.
I see a lot of adults.
Yeah.
I have to say, as soon as that happened, I installed my Bluetooth and been
Yeah.
using it, even though it's a pain in the neck. I do use it, it does make me use it, so.
Anyway, okay, I'll get off that.
Nope, that's okay.
My final thing is, I called the mayor the other day, and
Yes.
the tree project that we've been talking about, of getting some memorial trees and so forth, I asked the mayor to let me run with this, gather some information, and I will come back to the council. I've already started the ball rolling, trying to get some numbers and some prices and some information, and then I'll come back to the council when I get that. What I'd like to see is that we get something in place before fall. That it's so simple that somebody can come in here to City Hall and say, I'd like to plant a tree for my late father or my wife. And we have a form that, here, this is how much it's gonna cost you, and this is the type of tree that we'll plant. And maybe allow them to decide which park they want it in. And then have locations already lined out to where those trees can be planted. But I think trying to get it all in place is the simplest thing, and make it real easy. So I feel real strongly about this, and so I'm going to work really hard to try to get this information and come back to the council on that. So
That's good, yeah.
okay, that's all I have.
Okay, Larry?
I had 2 items to mention to the council this evening. I had one of the residents in our ward mentioned a drainage problem, I believe the city's aware of, the pipe that went in through the Neosho levee over there, that it's not draining properly after a rain and holds water, off of Valley Street.
Oh, really?
You're talking about Master, yeah, I've talked to her.
All right, yeah, you're aware of it, okay, well,
I'm a little aware of it. The problem is they're standing water, and we can't put the excavator down there to fix it right now.
Okay,
We need it to dry out.
Yes, it's still planned, scheduled to be taken care of.
So at the end of the month, they're supposed to start on North Riverwalk Extension, and we're gonna hopefully have some extra dirt that we can put in there and take it. The problem is that dirt was loose when we put it in there, it wasn't compacted real well. Obviously, you're gonna have some that just went down the tubes, and so we'll get it fixed. Yeah, and I've talked to her about it a couple times.
Okay.
And I've just kind of explained to her we have to let it dry out. We can't just go in there and throw dirt and water. We just can't do it.
Okay. The second item was something I'd been meaning to bring up at the council. Is it possible to get the handicap button on our front door here at City Hall repaired?
Oh, I didn't know it was broke.
It hasn't worked in the last 2 years. Coming in from the outside,
Yeah, we can get it fixed.
They don't work. It don't work.
See if I have new controllers for it.
I believe the circuit board's messed up in it, but yes, there is a company that installed all those. I believe they're in Topeka.
Yep.
I think they have a name on the inside of them, but with the virus and everything going on, that's the first thing you reach for is that button, and it hasn't worked in a long time.
I
can
agree.
tell you, Larry, I never go in that way, so I don't.
Okay.
I don't use it, and I don't pay attention to when people are coming in. So yeah.
Yeah, we had problems with it a couple of years ago. It had to be at the right temperature, then it would work. If it was too hot, it wouldn't work. If it was too cold, it didn't work.
The same way.
And that sounds like a solder joint.
Yeah,
But it's set with the board, but yeah, I've been meaning to mention it.
Yeah.
I've noticed that too, Larry. In fact, I noticed it today when I was here for a meeting with Nick.
Yep.
Yeah.
No problem. We'll get it off there, and I'll do the company, and we'll get it.
Okay, that's all I had to mention.
Thank you. Sharon?
I just have one thing. I have a resident mentioned to me, and just want to put this out here, that we do have an ordinance against pit bulls in the town, and Actually, I want to point out too, if people haven't paid attention, all of our ordinances are actually on our website and very easy to access and review. But I just think people need to be reminded that there is an ordinance against pit bulls.
And we checked into the one that we heard about. It's not a pit bull. Sean's gonna keep an eye on it to make sure it's not, but we've been told that it's not. So,
Okay.
and if it is, he's been told that if we find out it is, it's gonna have to go to town.
Well, just another public safety thing.
Yes.
That's all.
Did you want to visit at all about the rough draft of the donation letter for the Riverwalk that you worked on the other day, or are you ready for that?
I think it's not quite ready, but
Okay.
yeah, it will be.
Just so you all know, we are working on it. So, and also, I had asked for permission earlier to order stickers for Welcome Back, Shop Local, for the downtown businesses. They should be ready about around the end of the week, so.
Right.
Good.
So everybody will know.
Mayor, if I might, I have one more, and this is
Yeah.
not a safety matter, but I had a resident call me. Do we allow goats in town? Do you know if our ordinances?
Yep.
Yes.
Goats and chickens and one rooster.
Yeah, I know about the chicken.
One fowl.
One fowl, yeah.
You can have chickens, we issued a separate ordinance for chickens.
Oh, and you still have the one fowl?
We still have the one fowl for ducks and geese and other
The
types of
goats
fowl.
are allowed in town?
Yes, goats are allowed. Now, they have to be a non-nuisance, and they have to be 100 foot away from your neighbor's house. That falls under the nuisance ordinance with animals.
Okay, I'll pass that on.
Meaning they need to be,
Swine is the
Kept in.
only thing that's prohibited,
okay.
other than dangerous animals such as pythons and alligators and
Tiger.
big tigers, lions and tigers and bears, things of that nature. But no, yeah, farm livestock, the only thing we prohibit is swine.
Okay.
I learned something new today. I did not know that. Not that I'm gonna go out and buy a goat, but you never know. So.
Don't let those pigs in now.
Does anybody have anything else? Okay, next got something else.
Steve Taylor with the H3 America, they do that fishing tournament out the lake every year. He asked if he could come, I said, don't worry about it, I can present it. The only thing they're asking for this year, they're gonna scale way back. The tournament, the plan, they're gonna try to have the kids on the 12th and then the adult one on the 13th. They're not sure on the 12th if they're gonna get that in or not. One thing they're requesting from the city is a couple of porta potties. They're scaling it back this year, they don't want, everything's digital, there's no touching of anything or anything like that.
Is this still a veteran thing?
Yes, it's still a veteran thing.
Okay.
They're still the same organization, they're just gonna scale it back this year because of COVID, so.
Good event.
So their
It is a good
request
event.
is just a couple porta potties for the event.
Okay, I was just wondering, Max Byron was talking when we had discussion earlier this evening about porta potties at his
Oh, yeah.
drive-in.
Yeah,
And they don't have any, and it was due to not being able to sanitize them with participants. So it may be something that'll have to be cleared through
Yeah,
the county health officer.
We have emergency management tomorrow.
Okay.
And I go to all those meetings, so I'll bring it up tomorrow and see if they have an issue. I know, like with the bathrooms over at rec, we have those open, and so every so often they have to be sanitized. So I think it's every 2 hours or something like that, if somebody needs to go in there and wipe it down or spray it down or whatever. So I'll bring it up tomorrow with them. If you guys want to confirm it or approve it, and then I can get verification from them tomorrow.
Okay. So do I hear
I
a
make a motion to approve the
Okay.
request and based on Nick's findings at the meeting.
Okay,
I'd second that.
okay. Been moved and seconded to provide 2 porta pots for the H3,
Yep,
okay, H3 event on August 13th,
12th and 13th.
12th and 13th.
Is it August or September?
September.
Oh, I thought you said August, okay. Okay, all those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 6-0.
All right, one more. Jim DeJarnets, they do the American Sidecar Association.
Oh, yeah.
For the last 2 years, they have used Durham Park. They are requesting to use it again the 27th through the 30th of August. He did send me their insurance rider for if anything happens over there.
They always raise money for some cause every year. When they come in here, they pick something and they donate money. It's a good deal.
So, but we've allowed them to do that the last 2 years, I know for sure.
Yeah, they've been coming a long time.
So, but I was gonna make him drive from Wichita to ask for that, so.
I'd make a motion to approve that.
I second it.
Okay. Been moved and seconded to allow the sidecar group to use Durham Park August 27th through the 30th. All those in favor? Opposed? Okay, motion carries 6-0. Anything else from anybody?
Oh, I'd like to maybe get this on the calendar now, for the Santa Fe Trail 200, another park use. That would be September, Sharon might have to help me on this, rendezvous weekend is September 17th, 18th, and 19th.
Yeah, I think that's right.
The Council Oak Park, use, for a wagon show, with blacksmiths and wheelwrights, for the Santa Fe Trail 200.
What was the dates again, Mark?
I believe it's 17th, 18th, and 19th, and that's next year,
2021, right? Mhm.
But I'd like to go ahead and get that nailed down.
Nailed down, yeah.
We got confirmation that the National Stagecoach Freight Wagon Association is coming.
Cool.
So for that, be another nice thing for that weekend, along with,
And you've also reserved the swimming pool part.
oh, no, I don't, yeah, I did, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that north end.
Yeah, and then Sharon's gonna need the whole river walk for Voices of the Wind people too that weekend, so. So we're gonna need every park in town.
Go for it.
Okay, do I hear a motion and a second for that?
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded to allow Santa Fe Trail 200 to use the Council Oak Park September 17th, 18th, and 19th of 2021. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries 6-0.
Thank you, guys.
And I got one more thing, Mayor. The public hearing on the budget is this Thursday at 5:30.
Okay, and we all need to be here for that. Okay, 5:30.
When, where?
Thursday, 5:30 here.
Should be not too long. Shouldn't take very long. Since we've already
Not
done it.
this year, it's not.
So, anyway. Okay, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So,
Okay.
second.
Okay. Keith and Sharon. Okay. All those in favor? Motion carries 6-0. Okay. Thank you.